Hello, this is Amanda Scott. I'm here to discuss lab number 5, which is investigating chemical reactions. We did 7 activities, and I'm going to go over the results of those. For activity 1, we did synthesis reaction. We placed a piece of wool in room temperature vinegar. The temperature was at 23 degrees Celsius. We left it there for about 2 minutes and then squeezed it out and placed it in the thermometer in it to try to gauge whether or not it heated up. At the 5-minute mark, the temperature was 40 degrees Celsius, and at the 10-minute mark, it had gone down to 36 degrees Celsius. And at the end of the activity, the wool had shrunk and it had lost its shiny appearance and turned a reddish brown color. For activity number 2, we added yeast to hydrogen peroxide. The hydrogen peroxide began to bubble, making a boiling and fizzing sound. There was a clear separation between there it is right there. There's a clear separation between the yeast and the hydrogen peroxide. It looks like there was gas right in between there, caused by the hydrogen peroxide in the mixture, and then the gas was pushing the yeast up. The third activity we did was a single replacement reaction. We added hydrochloric acid into a test tube and then slowly added some water to it. And then we basically put a magnesium ribbon in it and turned the test tube upside down to see what the reaction was. And it looked like the water mixed with the hydrochloric acid and the magnesium ribbon created a form of gas, and the gas was actually pushing the liquid out of the bottom of the test tube. And once we had the gas in the test tube, I actually did the fire stick and it made a very loud popping sound. For activity 4, we did a double replacement reaction. The mixture of vinegar and baking soda in this activity initially bubbled up high in the cup while making a fizzing sound, almost overflowed. The bubbling calmed down and it continued occurring much quieter and less intensely than before. The remaining baking soda fell to the bottom of the cup. We were then told to swirl and remove the paper towel, and the substance immediately stopped fizzing, and the baking soda settled down to the bottom of the cup, and there were still a few small bubbles going on that started floating up. For activity 5, we filled the test tube up with gas from a lit candle. We did notice that the precipitation occurred on the walls of the test tube. I tried to do the tilting of the cup with vinegar and baking soda, but I did not get a reaction out of that. I tried that twice. And then for activity 6, we added the vinegar to the baking soda. The baking soda began to bubble, and at the same time, on the other end of the tube, at the other end of the line, the lime water began to bubble as well. I noticed that if I added too much vinegar to the baking soda, the lime water actually bubbled over out of the tube. After the 5 minutes, there is a white substance at the very bottom of the tube. There it is. I believe that is baking soda that transferred over. And then for activity number 7, we did a combustion reaction. So basically we took the wool and stuck it over the lit candle, and it instantly caught fire. There were no flames. It was more like just red embers all over. The entire wool caught on fire within seconds. I tried lighting the wool for a second time, but it was no longer flammable. I did notice that there were small pieces of the wool that fell off at the very beginning whenever it first caught on fire. And this concludes lab number 5. Thank you.